Next we have Laura Leeman. Following Ms. Leeman is Diane Brostowski.
Good morning. I'm Laura Leeman, candidate for Tarrant County Commissioner Precinct 3. First, I want to thank everyone here today who took time out of their busy schedules to discuss the critical issue of voter access for everyone during early voting this October 21st to November 1st. Yeah. Voting is very personal to me, so I'll share personal experience from Election Day in 2020. At that time, my older son had been home on hospice after spending many months in the hospital. He was medically complex, physically and intellectually developmentally disabled, and required 24/7 in-home nurse care. For those who aren't aware, private duty nurse shifts typically run from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That day I asked my son's nurse if she had voted. She had not. She was too busy working her multiple 12-hour shifts and missed early voting. When she shared this with you, I immediately said, we are going to make sure that you vote and have your vote counted. So we packed up my son, put him in his wheelchair with his oxygen and pulse oximeter and feeding pump, and went straight to the polling location nearby. Thankfully, a curbside voting site was a place that I had been familiar with, and it is because there is an option for people to have, and persons with disabilities and seniors to have curbside voting. My nurse was able to take advantage of that because of my son, and she was able to continue working. But not everybody has that luxury. I had gone to that polling location many times, so I knew where to go. I had been familiar with that polling location. People are creatures of habit. And I know from talking with many voters over the years, not everyone checks to confirm where to vote. Familiarity is one key to the decision this court faces. A key function of this commissioner's court is to play an impartial role in overseeing elections and providing appropriate levels of funding to support those elections. Having fewer places for people to vote creates chaos and confusion for any voter. Think of the law enforcement officer, the doctor, the EMS driver, the person with disabilities. Access to voting should not be hard. Voters shouldn't have to wait in longer than typical lines or race from one location to another because the location where they had voted for years closed. Voters should not have to make a choice between their job and their right to vote. This is not only about 10,000 votes having access. This is about any one voter not having access. Voting is a civic duty, while voter suppression is unpatriotic. What affects one of us affects all of us. I support the current list of 51 voting locations.
Thank you. Following Ms. Brostowski is